Hey beautiful, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. There's a debate on social media about grits, sugar or salt. So I had to show you this flashback of one of my absolute favorite fall breakfasts. So let me know, what about you, sugar or salt? Be sure to let me know in the comments. And I am using some smoked turkey sausage here, just some regular breakfast smoked turkey sausage. I say breakfast, but you can use this. I use it for lots of different recipes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I'm slicing the smoked turkey sausage in about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch medallions. And so I'll get those into a pan with the oil and just want to get them lightly, get them lightly browned on both sides. So I'll get those going, and then I'm going to get started on the easy, quick cooking grits. I have some water boiling in the pan just beside me here. So I add a little bit of water to that pan. And then these are 5-minute grits, a little slower than the other ones that I usually do. The 1-minute grits where you just add the water. So I get those going in a saucepan on the stove while the sausage is cooking. And honestly, about the time that the sausage is done cooking, your grits are going to be done. This is just the perfect breakfast. So I flip over the sausage, and you see how golden brown the sausage are. You don't want them to go too dark, because they're just going to make the bowl just beautiful. You just want to go about this color, just not too dark. And it takes probably about, to get to that on a medium-high heat, it's going to take you about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to get back to stirring those grits, because with grits, regardless of the type that you're using, whether it's the 60-second grits, the 5-minute grits, quick cooking, long cooking, you need to stir grits so that they don't clump together, because they will clump on you really quickly. So once those grits are done and they're at a nice consistency, you want to split the grits in half. So I'm going to start and do 1 bowl for the sweet grits, and I am mixing in some butter, a generous amount of cinnamon. These are my sweet mapley cinnamon grits, and they are so good with that butter and the cinnamon, and then just a little drizzle of maple syrup for some sweetness, just a little bit. And then I want to get that mixed very well, get that mixed up really well, and then we are going to set that to the side once we get all that cinnamon and butter and maple goodness all blended together. And then go on to the second part of the grits, the savory part of the grits. So with that, we are going to get them dumped into our pan, get them dumped into our bowl, and do the same thing. We're going to just add a knob of butter, real butter here. Please don't use margarine. You can really taste such a difference. So we added some butter. We're going to now add in some shredded cheddar cheese. You can shred it yourself, or you can go the shortcut route here, like I'm doing, with some sharp cheddar cheese, and then blend it together. I already added salt to the grits when I was cooking. I wanted both the sweet and the savory to have some salt in them, so added that in. Then I had to grab some pepper. Now, I want to grab a serving plate. So I am going to grab a little bit of my savory grits and add them to one side of the bowl. These are those cheesy, buttery, peppery grits, and then to the other side I'm adding my cinnamon, maple, buttery grits. And this just reminds me so much of my parents. I know they haven't done the two in the bowl together, but just grits, either savory or sweet, very southern, very much something that I would eat regularly when I was coming up. Always reminds me of my mom. So I am adding in those turkey sausage medallions onto the savory side of things. And oh my goodness, I hope that you will try this. It is so good. I can't even begin to describe all of the flavors. It's salty, sweet. The textures that we're going to get as I'm building the bowl here. You know I love to eat everything in a bowl. I had to figure this thing out. It's just so good. So we top it with the savory side with that shredded cheddar cheese, and then a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. Trust me, not too spicy, just delicious. And then on the sweet side, we're gonna top it with some stewed apples. So let me show you very quickly a flashback within a flashback how I did those savory apples. This is only about, I want to say I had about 3 apples here, if that. So I got the apples, I diced them up into bite-sized pieces. You know I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing a bunch of chopping in teeny-weeny pieces. This was bite-sized pieces. This stewed apple recipe takes about 20 minutes to make. I am giving this an insane amount of cinnamon. I don't know about you, but in the comfort seasons, you know, the cold months, you can't have too much cinnamon for me. Especially in a dish with apples. And this is just so simple. It's just apples diced up, about 3 apples cut up, a ton of cinnamon, a drizzle, I would say probably about 2.5 tablespoons of maple syrup, a splash of water, and you are good to go. So we then, I think I added a pinch of salt here as well. And you don't want to let the apples go for too long. You want them to still have some bite to them. And the apples just really take me back to my childhood, my teenage years actually, where we had an apple tree in our front yard. How I learned to make a really amazing apple pie because of the apple tree we had in our yard. You know, after you complain and complain and complain about having to pick up rotten apples and cut apples, and my mom did stewed apples all the time, and I fell in love with them, and I miss having her stewed apples. Mom, hint, hint. But this just really takes me back to my childhood. There's nothing like the warmth of homemade stewed apples. And it's just comforting knowing that I have them sitting in my refrigerator at the ready. And it's just the best. Just the best. So I hope that you will try these so that you can top your bowl with these delicious, delicious stewed apples. Now, On to that sweet side. We are going to top the sweet side with a little bit of those stewed apples, and you just know that you see the theme here, very cozy with the cinnamon and maple running through the grits and the apples. And then for some additional texture, I added some of my homemade granola. I will show you that recipe in the future. It's delicious. And then just a slight drizzle on the sweet side with maple syrup. I am telling you, this is the most perfect breakfast bowl. That granola has pecans in it and pumpkin seeds and cinnamon, and oh, it's so crunchy. The texture is chewy and salty and sweet. And listen, please try this bowl. You don't have to do it exactly like this, but split it up and see which one you really like the best. Thank you so much for watching. I'm praying for you, and I will see you soon.